that's the story of our lives. Me myself growing up in a broken home and living under a mother figure who, there wasn't a day that we didn't darken the doorstep of a church.
Like she unlocked the
She
doors.
did. So grew up in the church, but not having a father in the home. I didn't have a model of discipleship that I knew. Okay, as I was raising and rearing our children, these are the steps. So we kind of learned on the fly, made a lot of mistakes. But as the Lord continued to grow us and mature us in our faith, then we started to understand a model, and it wasn't too late. We were able to, I think, at least give our children a godly example of how to live and raise children, and while making mistakes along the way.
Yeah. And they are getting older, and again, it's not too late. It's not too late to continue to point them back.
Amen. Amen. I came to Christ in college, or high school, and then college, and so I didn't see it walked out in the home. And I've kind of laughed that I work in children's ministry, but I didn't grow up in a children's ministry. I don't even know what I didn't know what that looked like at that time in my life. And the same thing, my husband and I being first generation, where we're trying to walk that out in our homes. And so often at church, we don't share the struggles, and you don't ever feel worthy of, hey, I'm at a place where I feel like I can give advice. I don't ever feel like, okay, I'm doing this thing well enough that, hey, I'm ready to give advice to everybody.
Nope.
You don't feel sufficient to do that. But we need to hear each other's stories and the struggles along the way and the victories, and it is never too late. We've got to share with each other those a few steps behind us and listen to those a few steps ahead of us, to have courage to keep going. And we do keep pouring onto kids, and God redeems anything we've gone through. He uses that and strengthens us, and He's not worried about what's behind. It's kind of like what Paul says, pressing on to what's ahead.
And I think the same is true even if you did live in a godly house when you were raised up. We've never arrived either.
No.
So we're always growing and maturing in our faith and our walk with the Lord that we're going to be able to share with our children.